everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Cerebral. This is Cerebral Talks TV. And this is a live. Okay, let's talk about a few things that's going on. Okay, let me um, make sure that the volume is good because there was an issue with the volume last time I was live. So let's see. Hold on for a second. Okay, it's good. The volume is good. Welcome, everybody. I want to talk about a few things that's going on. You can already see on the screen a few topics, but there's always more topics to talk about. Okay, so if you come on in, please again get those likes up because I haven't been live at this time in a minute. It's been a while, so this is exciting. Please get the likes up because people will know that I'm live and it affects the algorithm. So let's jump right on in. If you are a little bit late coming in, just rewind it back, watch the replay or whatever, and you'll see everything I talked about. So I'm not sure how many people are in here right now. I can't see that right now. So, oh, hey, Jessica Alexandria. How are you? How are you? So, all right, let's see what I want to talk about. Let's see what is going on. What do I want to talk about? I think I want to talk about Usher. I think I want to talk about what's going on with Usher. Usher, hey Fix It. Um, I had always told y'all that I saw Usher in person and that he was way better looking in person than what I could have. I was in shock. Okay. So Usher and Chris Brown are on tour. They're on tour together. And I had mentioned, I had saw Chris Brown's performances with women and everybody was talking about how steamy it is. He's licking women, giving them back shots, except well, dry effing, dry humping, dry effing, okay, on the stage. And I didn't see Usher doing any of that, but recently, yeah, he's taking women on the stage too. Okay, and this woman has come under fire because they're saying that she dissed Usher and she was taking up other women's spot and all of that. And okay, so I don't want to be in front of millions of people getting humped on in front of people. Now, if I'm with a man in private, that's different. But in front of thousands of people, no, I can't. Even though if I'm obsessed or I'm lusting for him heavily, I mean, it could be some innocent things going on, but not what Chris Brown was doing with the dry effing in front of everybody. So with Usher, a lot of people were surprised that this woman she wasn't really feeling it. Now, I mean, Usher is not everybody's type. She said she was there for Chris Brown. Okay, so look, like I said, I had saw Usher, and when he came out and I saw him in person, I was like, oh my God, he's fine as hell. He's fine in person. Usher was fine. And because I was never really into him like that. I never thought Usher was bad looking. I love his cute dimples. But when I saw him in person, I was like, oh, okay. Like, okay, I see it now, Chili. Because I told you when I saw Chili and T-Boz in person, they were way more beautiful in person than what you can imagine. So let's get into it. Um, let me be quiet. Let's look at what they're saying about this woman. Her name is Gabrielle. I believe her name is Gabrielle Cheyenne, and let's see what's going on about her dissing Usher on coming on the stage and everything. Okay, hopefully there's no copyright issue. So I mean if you're an Usher fan and you lust for him, this would be a dream come true. But you could tell with her body language and facial expressions, maybe I would think she's nervous, but he was able to pick up on that she was not feeling it. Okay, so
I don't think she want to be on the stage, no.
The woman who rejected Usher's popular onstage antics is clapping back at the haters.
I don't think she want to be on the stage, no.
That's Gabrielle Cheyenne. She attended the Usher Chris Brown show in Nashville, Tennessee, and she was clearly or seemingly not feeling the onstage moment with Usher. The viral moment has led to her receiving a lot of commotion, with fans asking, "Why'd you go on stage at all?" Gabrielle took to her socials to set the record straight, saying, "First off, nobody is declining to go on stage. I looked good as f. You thought I wasn't gonna let thousands of people see me in the big screen where you will never be?" These popular Usher antics aren't brand new, so why are you acting brand new? She goes on to say her and her mother were brought to the VIP area and were not told what was going to happen or who they would be on stage with. Gabrielle then doubles down and adds more statements on her stories, telling people to stop messing with her. However, she is also receiving a lot of support, with people applauding her actions. Well, Usher eventually found a willing participant, and shout out to Gabrielle for, standing her ground, and for all the ladies that don't want to participate, don't. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many other people that want to, so maybe don't take up the spot. Let me know what you think in the comments. Talk to me.
okay, so I feel like for a lot of women, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity who are in love with Usher. And the thing is that she said that they told her to come back there and everything because she looked good and everything. She says she has pretty privilege and everything. Like they wanted her because she looked good. So come on. My thing is maybe they should have asked her, "Do you want to come on stage with Usher or Chris Brown?" Usher did look slightly disappointed, maybe even embarrassed a little bit because maybe his ego took a little bit of a bruise a little bit because well, I'm Usher. But she said that she wanted Chris Brown. Okay. And I do feel like, look, a lot of women were saying, again, like he said, if you didn't want to come on stage, then why did you go up there when thousands of other women in there would want to be up there with Usher? I mean, that's, it's Usher. It doesn't mean you have to kiss and get freaky deaky, but, you know, I think it probably might have affected his ego a tad bit. And let's get a little bit more of what she's saying. Some women are upset because she knows that she's attractive and she did not, well, she's admitted that she's attractive and this ain't nothing for her. He called her back, "Yeah, I look good," or whatever. And some women don't like her because she's confident and she knows that she's attractive. Okay, so let's see what they're saying a little bit more. This is what she said. Okay. She said, "First of all, nobody is declining to go on stage. I look good as F. You thought I wasn't going to let thousands of people see me on the big screen where you bees will never be? My mom and I had floor seats. Their team approached us and moved us up to the VIP section before the show even started. Pretty privilege, baby. It's something you hoes will never know about. Well, some of us do, some don't. They don't say who you going up there for. Y'all wanted me to get up there and F him or something? Chat folks aren't used to anything. That's the most exciting thing that would have happened in y'all little ass lives. F y'all disrespectfully." Damn. So she's talking to the women that was talking junk. Okay, she says, look, damn it, I look good even before the show started. They wanted me in VIP. This is something that y'all don't know about. You bees, you can never be me. You don't know nothing about no pretty privilege and what you can get and what comes from it. Okay. She said, my Facebook post is directed towards the hating hoes in my city, which is Chattanooga. Hence why it says chat folks aren't used to anything. Yeah, that's the country, baby. That's the country, Chattanooga. Y'all aren't fixing to bully me, okay? My attitude isn't nasty until I'm provoked. Y'all aren't going to get on the internet calling me out of my name and disrespecting me and expect me to keep it cool. Y'all don't know me in real life. I'm quiet and I keep to myself. But don't think that you're going to bully me about an experience that you didn't get. I'm saying it how she probably might say it. I don't know. Gotta. Okay. Just so y'all know, that viral young lady at the Usher concert was my effing niece, and we were all together. She's bad enough to be chosen, and that man literally is half her age. And understand me, my daughter Bree, her mom, and her, we're all together. And after she left the stage, she had a nice conversation with his wife. I don't care what anyone else would do, but at least she had enough respect for her mom, dad, boyfriend, and brother and child. At the end of the day, she went home to her man and he went home to his wife. Let's hold on now. She actually said she was there for Chris Brown. Chris Brown is kissing and pumping the hell out of women on stage, effing them basically without the deed going in on stage. So I don't know. I don't know if I would bring up her boyfriend if she says she wanted Chris Brown, and everybody has been seeing what Chris Brown is doing with those women up on stage. Chris Brown even said, if you have a man, don't come up because of what he's going to do to you. Okay? So she looked at Usher the same way Usher looked at Diddy when he tried him for the first time. Oh well. What the F y'all wanted her to do? Get on stage and hump him and burn clothes? Y'all mad about that mother effer, and he wasn't even claiming out and at first. And really he's still not. Chat, I guess Chattanooga. Don't nobody give a F about y'all. Y'all would have or should have. Y'all mad about some stuff that stayed her something, her dignity, and why the F she not mad, but y'all mad. People be mad about the wrong stuff. And not the first time did he even mention he was from Tennessee. She bruised his ego, and him and y'all are hurt about it. Anyway, I still enjoyed the show, even his set. Y'all gonna feed your beans, and we still about to enjoy our day. Okay, so okay. What I want to know is how are y'all mad at her experience? Let's get this shit straight. His team walked up to her and her mom in the P section on the floor and asked her mom if that was her daughter and if they want to go to VIP. They never said go on stage. They came back and told her that he was gonna see about getting her on stage. What y'all talking about? And she didn't his mother effing sweat like his sweat on her. Y'all pick and choose every day on this app. You don't know what the F y'all will do in that situation. Y'all should be mad at that mother effer intro video said he was born in Detroit, Michigan without a mention of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And again, I'm going to scream it out loud, proud. F Usher Raymond. Why are y'all attacking him? He didn't say anything about her. He just says she don't want to be on the stage. P.S. That Igga mad because he got curved and his ego is hurt. Yeah, you could see it on his face, but he didn't disrespect her. Other people were making videos disrespecting her. Okay, so let's see something else of what she had to say.
For Chris, that would have been fine too. But I went to that concert strictly for Chris Brown. Yes, I know Usher's music. I've listened to it since I was a child. Yes. Chattanooga is just full of people that feel like they're entitled. Y'all feel like y'all entitled to tell me how I'm supposed to feel, and like I'm wrong. I paid my money the same way y'all paid y'all money to experience a concert, and I just so happened to be asked to go on stage. But I didn't intend for I didn't think my character would be attacked like this, to make it seem like, oh, well, she just a light skin.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to get the picture. So I don't think it's as serious as they're coming at her. You know, some of them have gone in on her again, saying she shouldn't have went up there. I don't know what they've been saying about her, how she looks. She's not an unattractive woman at all, and I don't think Usher is even as mad about it. I mean, you can see the look on his face, like kind of like when a man is trying to get up in there and I don't want to do it. That's kind of the look on his face, like, oh, she don't want it, you know. And I guess, people, some women might think, how could you do that? That's Usher. I'm the type of woman, I'm not bowing down, baby, just because you're famous. Just because you're a real popular man doesn't mean I have to give up my panties to you. I don't have to give up my panties to you just because every other woman wants you. I'm not going to make it always easy for you that you can just get it because of who you are. Even though he wasn't effing her on stage, but she, you know what? If they had said to her, we're going to try to get you on stage, maybe she should have just said, well, with who? I want to be on stage with Chris. So nothing, or, I want to be on stage with Chris Brown. That's who I want. That's who I want an experience with. Maybe she should have said that, before that ended up happening. Okay. And she ain't into Usher like that. She didn't want to get on stage, and I know it had cut off. That's the only clip I had. She didn't want to you know, get on stage and pretend to be all up into him and everything like that. But some people might say just go along with it, don't embarrass the man, or I don't know. It could have all been avoided possibly if they had just discussed before bringing her up on there. Do you want to see Usher? And then she could have said, no, I want to see Chris. I want to see Chris Brown. That's who I want. So that is what it is. But she's been they going in on her about it. Okay. So, and especially some women were really triggered because she knows she's attractive and said that she has pretty privilege. That's, I look good. I look good enough that Usher and the team wanted me to come up on that stage. So, you know, I can understand her frustration if the women were being very mean to her, very nasty and mean to her. Okay. So, let's get into the next topic really quick. Okay. We have the legendary Miss Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Okay. And I had stumbled on a video. Y'all know who Funky Dineva is. And this was on TikTok. And look, Janet Jackson is an absolute legend. She's Michael Jackson's sister, but she made a name for herself where she herself became a household name. I'm sick and tired. Look, Janet is still alive. Janet is music royalty. And who didn't grow? Look, we grew up with Janet. Janet has hit after hit after hit. Okay, so let's see what he had to say real quick.
Janet Jackson is the Black Queen of music and entertainment, period. And will be the only one in our lifetime. Okay. This is not to take away from nobody else. And I know everybody gonna holler about Beyonce and so on and so forth, and that is fine. But before there was ever a Beyonce, there was Janet Demita Joe Jackson. When it comes to music royalty and hierarchy, it gets no higher. No. Janet Jackson is the Black Queen of music.
Okay. I need you to leave a heart in the chat if you agree with him. You know, when I think of the greats, when I think of the great singers, I'm a millennial, but I grew up listening to music from the 1950s until now, even though some of the music today really ain't hitting. When I think of the great women, because Janet Jackson does not have a powerful voice, but she does make amazing music. But when I think of the greats, I think of Janet Jackson, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Etta James, Faith Evans, Anita Baker. Okay, when I think of the some of the greatest voices, who sings that song? How can I ease the pain when I know it's coming back again? How can I ease the pain in my heart? Who sings? I can't think of her name right now, but that woman can sing. Patti LaBelle. Beyonce can sing, but she rarely makes music that really shows she can sing, in my opinion. She's been doing the mumble talking, the talking when she's singing. I hate that crap. But she can, she's good. But when I think of the legends, Toni Braxton, Lisa Fisher, thank you, Lisa Fisher. How can I ease the pain? Look at that live performance right here on YouTube. Okay, and I'm probably missing a few more, but when I think of the great singers, Celine Dion, um, Lord have mercy, but Janet Jackson, come on, The Pleasure Principle, um, oh my God, it's just so many songs. I love Doesn't Really Matter with the Others. Doesn't really matter. I love the I Get Lonely, the remix with Blackstreet that she did. Okay. I love the video, the Asian inspired video that she did. If I Was Your Girl. Come on now. Janet Jackson was everywhere when we were growing up. And it's kind of sad to me how Gen Z and Alpha don't even really know how big this woman is. Everybody always talks about Beyonce. I had said before, there are women out before Beyonce that's not dead. They're alive and they have bigger hits than her and great voices, great music. Brandy, Monica. I saw Monica live. Monica sounds like the album live. Tamia. So Kiki Wyatt, greats that still walking the planet that don't always get their recognition, but we're talking about Janet. Funky Dineva said that Janet is the Black Queen of music and entertainment. And for me personally, it's Mariah Carey. But Janet was out, I believe, before Mariah. I mean, Mariah, I think Janet was out before Mariah, and he had mentioned hierarchy, the order, who came before. Janet was that chick. She was dominating, absolutely dominating. Um, I just thought about that music video where she was traveling all around the world. She Janet was rocking the burgundy hair because you see that a lot today. Janet was the one, the velvet rope. Come on, when she came out with the red burgundy hair, no one was really doing that. No black women like that. And the nose ring. Nose rings are everywhere right now. Like it's a trend. But Janet was really one of the most popular black women that I saw with a nose ring. I believe it was during the Velvet Rope when she had that nose ring. Nobody else was doing that. So Janet deserves her flowers. I mean, Janet, it's just crazy to me because Gen Alpha and Gen Z don't have a clue that Janet was everywhere. The way they see Beyonce, that's Janet. Janet, they've fallen in love a lot with Michael Jackson, especially since the movie came out. And I hope they learn about Janet. I mean, it's a dynasty. The Jacksons is a Black American royal family here in America. So, very talented. Okay. And Michael and Janet, when they did Scream, come on now. Come on now. I love the pleasure principle. I was listening to that today, actually, earlier. Okay. So she was a trendsetter and did a lot of things. So um, I do see hearts. I see hearts in the chat that you agree that Janet Jackson is the Black Queen of music. Just because Beyonce has had longevity does not make her the Queen of music. How many hits does she have? How many? I ain't trying to be mean. I'm not saying she's not talented, and I wouldn't be sad if something happened. But when I think about mega hits, not no, not that many that stand the test of time to me. No ballads like that. I ain't even gonna say much more because I don't want to make it seem like, oh, she's going in on Beyonce. But Janet is the queen, and Beyonce knows that. Beyonce knows that because I've seen her when Janet was performing, just in awe of Janet Jackson when she paid tribute to Michael at the MTV Music Awards when Michael had passed away. And Beyonce was in the audience as a fan, oogling and goggling over Janet Jackson. So it is true. Okay. So let's go to the next topic, interracial dating. You know that I, as someone who has interracially dated, have always been a supporter of seeing more black women explore their options, stop just sitting there waiting on a black man because a lot of them don't get married or rejecting men who ask you out because they find you beautiful. And I've seen a lot of success stories with black women dating all types of men. It's not just white men. Black women are dating Asian men, Indian men, Hispanic men. In fact, when they came out with the statistics this year, I was surprised that black women with Hispanic men was at the top more than black women with white men. Even though, because I always will see people say, well, why come, black women are with white men a lot? I said, well, first of all, white men approach a lot more towards black women. Even though I attract a lot of Hispanic men, I do, and some Arab men, and a few white men, a sprinkle of Asian men. But a lot of times, white men will go for black women. They approach black women a lot more. I had said before, white men don't do all that colorism stuff. They date black women of all skin complexions. You don't have to deal with that crap that you see in other POC communities when you're dealing dating them and all of that other stuff. So let me show you what a hating woman had to say. She's upset. This white woman is upset that white men are coming for black women a lot more these days.
I'm sorry, but I have a real problem right now. I cannot stand to hear white men say that they prefer black women. Why? Why? There's a good white woman here that wants to be in love and be happy and be adored by a good man. Okay, yeah, I prefer black men, but why would a white man want a black woman? I'm sorry, but I have a real problem right now. I cannot stand to hear white men say that they prefer black women. Why? Why? There's a good white woman here that wants to be in love and be happy and be adored by a good man. Okay, yeah, I prefer black men, but why would a white man want a black woman?
Do you see how that woman looked? Do you see how she looks, baby? You can't compete with me or the woman on the screen and the women in my chat. What do you mean? Look at you, baby. Yeah, a white man would probably pick me over you. I mean, let's just be real here, okay? And the crazy part is that she says she prefers black men. So she likes black men, but she's bothered that her men are coming for black women. And that happens a lot. It happened, it happens a lot where there are white women who will literally be out. They'll be outside with a black man they're sleeping with or dating and will turn their noses up when they see their men with us. And black men will date white women, but also turn their noses up when they see us with a white man. Both of them seem to think that they can date each other and date who they want, but the black woman is not supposed to be picked. A beautiful black woman is supposed to feel unwanted and not picked, and she's being bothered that her men are picking us. So is she really saying she's getting the scraps with black men? Like, is she settling for black men? Because the way she looks, who hollering at you like that? So you're settling for black men who will date you because black men will deal with her. I've seen it, but you really want a white man, but white men don't want to pick you, and they're picking us, and it's hurting her heart, and she's jealous, absolutely jealous. Why would he pick a black woman? Because a number of us look good, we cook good, we can decorate a home, we have fun personalities, some of us like to dance, some of us like to have fun and do adventurous things. We're honest, we like to wash our ass with a wash rag. Not to be mean, I ain't trying to take it there with you, but if you ain't using a wash rag, some women that's white like to use a loofah, with exfoliates and all of that. I'm just making a point. These are some reasons that the white man likes dealing with a number of us. We're not desperate for white men. A lot of other groups of women are known, some of them, I'm not mentioning names, but they can be known to be desperate and worshipers of whiteness. Black women aren't known for that. That makes us a challenge. White men find some of us to be more of a challenge to get because we're not kissing their ass like some of you out there. And that's attractive to him because, not to make it sound like a fetish type of thing, but white men are known to be conquerors, and all men want something that doesn't seem to be easy. A number of them. Black women are known to be easy like that when it comes to other racial groups of men, which can be a little intimidating for some of them, which is why some of them believe they wouldn't have a chance when they're actually interested. They think we wouldn't like them. And you have black women on the internet making them think this, even though, no, a number of us do find some of them to be attractive. Okay? So, all right. I mean, look at this couple on the screen. They're both absolutely gorgeous. And this hurts the heart of some of them. They don't know a lot of women from different groups, not just white women. It could be Asian, Indian, which is Asian, Hispanic. They don't like, especially if the man is good looking, they feel like they've lost something. Black women do it when it's black men, and other races of women do it too. I remember when I was dating my Asian man, and he looked Hispanic. He was not Hispanic. And going through the drive through, the Hispanic girl looking so pissed off and upset that we're together. They don't like it. They don't. A number of them out there. Or going to the store and them giving him the finger because he was with me. So it happens. A number of women, especially when there's a hierarchy and they want to convince themselves that the black woman has to be on the low totem pole. Why he pick you? How could he pick you? Oh my God, he's cute. He has a good job. Yeah, bitch, and I look good too. And you know this. But you want me to, when someone has to beat you down so bad to try to tell you and convince you that you're not good enough or nobody's going to pick you, it's because they know they would. You know how someone who's really jealous of you is trying to always tell you, you can't marry the prince, you can't do it, because they know the prince likes you and they're scared to death that the roles are going to reverse and you're not going to be Cinderella no more, the servant girl, you'll become the princess. That will mess up the hierarchy and the egos. Black women are competition. And some women, it didn't hit me until a few months ago that I really started thinking, some of these women not black, they really believe that their men are not flirting and asking us out. I don't know if they're hearing something different in their house, but when they're not around, because sometimes the men want to show respect and they don't do it in front of the women, and they're not around, the man is flirting, telling me how beautiful I am, and asking me for my phone number, or innocent flirting between us, and it doesn't might not get that serious. But some of these women really believe this, and it's absolutely insane. It doesn't help though when you have black women on the internet, always some of them who can't get a man, as far as if a man never approaches them, and then they get online crying about it and whining and trying to speak for all black women. It doesn't help when the stereotype, and then you have black men always going in on black women saying nobody wants a black woman, but yet we keep seeing these interracial relationships all over the place. So clearly somebody is lying here, and I know that to be true anyway, you know. So, um, the days of trying to use the black woman as a pity patty punching bag is over, baby. And black women are finally breaking free from the chains of our haters who want to keep us down. Black women are traveling, black women are going on diets, black women are getting educations, black women are no longer dating one race of man. It's an increase. Black women are finally getting it together, okay, and getting some sense, okay? Everybody else thinks they can swirl and interracially date, but when it's the black woman, everybody got to stop. Like, what you think you doing? Hold on. Only all of us and your black man. All of us gonna swirl together. But you, hold on now. We can't have this up over here. You can't. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Okay. I don't think so. Okay. No Handle says their men will keep it on the low. Sometimes they will. They will. I remember it was this Chinese man. Every time I would come in, always flirting. Soon as the Chinese woman was around, he was quiet. And I'm like, look at this. I don't know if that was his wife. Then there was an Indian man at the store, always trying to give me free fruit because he liked me. He would always have the basket and start smiling and offer me the free fruit. Because people had to pay for the fruit, but he would always try to give me this free fruit and flirt, and I did not want him. And his wife, who I don't know who this woman was, I think it was his wife. She was working and she looked so angry when she would see me, and she would say, I didn't have my there's nothing wrong with wearing glasses. I've been wearing my glasses more, but I wasn't wearing my glasses and all that and all that. So she said, she didn't even ask me my name. She would say, where do you live? Very aggressive. And she would say, where do you live? And I wouldn't even answer her. I was thinking, first of all, I don't know you. And why are you asking me where I live? You think I'm going to tell you where I live because your man your man, Indian man wants me? And you think I'm going to tell you where I live? Girl, are you crazy? And she was mad. And I just felt like, girl, I'm telling you, it wouldn't even be a hello, how you doing? What's your name? Just, where do you live? I was scared. I don't know if you're going to try to set me up to kidnap me, or them damn attacks some of them are known for and all that stuff. No, no. So, okay. Let's go to the next topic, baby. People didn't think it would happen. It did. Tyler Lepley, I hope I said his name right. Tyler Lepley and Miracle Watts, they said I do. They got married. And this stunning Cabo wedding, It was absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I had talked about the engagement. It was about almost a year ago. People didn't think it would happen because they had a baby together. Some people thought, oh, she's just going to be a baby mama. That's what how it goes. But no, he said he asked for marriage. He did. Okay, people didn't think it would happen because they had the baby before this, but um absolutely beautiful. A beautiful, they both are beautiful. The photo shoots are beautiful, very smexy and romantic, and she looks great. Okay, and this is the photo. I guess maybe this was before the wedding. Um, I'm not sure if this was like engagement photos or something, but it was gorgeous, very classy. The location was beautiful. They're both dressed very nice. Okay. And this is her, the day of the wedding, which really just passed yesterday or the day before yesterday. It was absolutely gorgeous. Again, they both look great. The dress is very beautiful and whimsical. And it was like being the queen, the princess, the queen. Okay. And hold on. We have Tyler now. I say this respectfully. This motherfucker is fine as shit. I've always felt he was fine as hell, and I saw his print. He posted it though. He posted it on social media, and Miracle made a post. The thing was on his thigh. That's all I'm gonna say. The man fine and he packing. Whew. That's all I'm, girl. That's her man. That's her husband. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet, but Lord have mercy. So if he's a, I mean, I see why she went fool. I understand. Clear. I hope he's a nice man.
Salute her, kiss her, tongue her down, whatever you want to do. Everybody in here is Mr. and Mrs. Tyler Lepley.
So many people said that Tyler Lepley was not going to marry Miracle Watts. People were saying that based on the fact that he was with his first baby mama for years, never married her, and had 2 kids with her. So when Miracle let him know she weren't about to play that, she told him that they were going to get married or she was going to leave. And ladies, what did we learn here? Closed mouths don't get fed. In the midst of their wedding nuptials, which took place over the weekend, Tyler's first baby mama deactivated her social media. And some people were saying, oh, maybe she feels some type of way. But honestly, she probably just don't want to hear from y'all. I mean, her baby daddies getting married, they've been apart, separated for years, so she probably just doesn't want to hear the extra comments. But I want to know what you guys think. Did you guys think Tyler was gonna marry Miracle, or do you think her putting her foot down had something to do with it? Congrats to the happy couple.
Here's the thing. I don't want a man to marry me out of pressure from me. I want you to marry me because you actually want to get married to me. I'm not going to pop out a baby first. This is how it didn't turn into a disaster, but usually it does. The woman will get pregnant and then he'll never marry her. That's how it usually goes for a lot of black women. She had his baby, but maybe they want more kids, and she said, no, I can't. I don't want to continue to have children, and I'm not your wife. If I want to get married, you can give clues, but I feel like as a woman, the longest you should date a man, the longest, would be a year. After that, dump him. If you know, if he knows you want to get married, I don't have time to waste, especially I'm getting older. A lot of men usually say that they know within 6 months. I mean, if y'all sleeping together already and all that other stuff. So I don't want a man to marry me because he felt pressure. I want him to marry me because he loves me. He doesn't want to lose me and he really wants me to be his wife, you know? So, okay, let's go to this. Well, they tried to stir up some controversy, but at the end of the day, he did not leave his first baby mama for her. But that's something that some people were trying to imply. It says that this is the mother of his children. Oh, who he left for Miracle Watts, even though I heard he didn't. She deactivated her Instagram amid them getting married. This is her. Her name is April. She's a well known talent manager in the industry. So she was a talent manager. She is a talent manager. That's her with Tiana Taylor and Carrie Hilson. Okay. It says that they dated for years before he found his swag and they had 2 children together. Mm, 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 mm. April has been credited with helping launch his career. They were together so long that many people thought they were engaged. Damn, how long were they together? And why did he marry her? I want to know that. Why didn't he marry her? He admitted to leaving April shortly after the birth of their second child in 2021. When a man leaves a woman who just gave birth, what on earth could be going on that you would leave the mother of your children? I just had your baby. I've been carrying your baby, your so called seed, in me for 9 months. I'm breastfeeding. I'm the mother of your children. What could possibly go wrong so bad that right after I've given birth to your baby, your second baby, you leave me? I don't know what's going on. What happened? I don't know. I don't know. It says that, ironically, that's the same year he met Miracle Watts on the set of P Valley, where they co starred and filmed lustful scenes together. Huh. But he wasn't with his woman when he met Miracle. Okay, I heard kids as in more than one. Okay, Miracle Watts, hold on. Miracle Watts says, yes, I have 3 kids. You do? You have met Leo twice and Jade once. They are not your children. Hold on, is that her? That does say April. April was said those aren't not your kids. You only met my kids one time. I would never try. Miracle says I would never try to fulfill your shoes. Yup. As a mother, I have my own shoes to fill. Number two, as a woman and a mother, you should feel good about knowing somebody who wants to embrace your children and include them as family. Would you prefer the opposite? I don't. Number three, I don't do internet games. You have my number, Miss King. Oh, so this was between April and Miracle. Miracle says, I'm happy you can finally write me from your real page. Proud of you. Miracle Watts fell in love with him real fast and started claiming April's kids as her own kids, but April wasn't having it. Okay, that's the photo. His 2 children with April and the child that they have together. Okay, April lost the battle because Tyla and Miracle had a child of their own. And then they were engaged in 2024. Damn, it seems like yesterday when I announced this. Crazy. 2024. April found her glow through the messy breakup and was doing better. I mean, she do look damn good. The woman had a makeover. Look at her. Look at her before and look at her now. She looked good before, but look at her now. She now lost weight. She got a cute little bob. She dressing real good. Okay, let's see. That's when she deactivated her account. It says, however, April left Instagram when they got married, and during their wedding ceremony, she turned off everything. So nobody knows if she's upset or she just didn't want to be bothered. But at the end of the day, he did not leave April for Miracle. They broke up, and then he met Miracle later when he was on the show. They had intimate scenes together and they fell in love and had a child. And the man chose her. And I know that hurts for some women. It hurts some women. It hurts some women when they're like, hold on for a second. I mean, I can let me tell you. She ain't saying nothing, but I have empathy. I have empathy. It's believable for me to think that maybe April thinks I had his children first, but he didn't marry me. He married Miracle. He made a baby with Miracle, but whatever happened, he chose to marry Miracle. He didn't marry April. That has to be a slap in the face a little bit for a woman. It hurts a woman. If you were really in love, I now gave you my body. I birthed your children. I helped you get on, possibly in the industry. But I wasn't good enough to marry. You got with Miracle. Yeah, you made a baby with her, but you actually said I do. You actually walked down the aisle with her. You actually paid for a beautiful wedding. She got the wedding. I didn't get the wedding. That would probably bother a lot of women in private when you're alone thinking about this shit. But it's not Miracle's fault. It's not her fault. He chose her. She could have ended up just being a baby mama with no ring, but it didn't work out that way. He actually decided to commit to her. And maybe, I don't know, April, maybe their personalities just don't go together. And Miracle really is the love of his life. That happens just because sometimes, a lot of times, people have kids with people that's not even their soulmate. That's not even the person that they're supposed to really be with. But in other cultures, they'll just get married anyway, not even being in love or for the sake of the children and stuff like that. So let's go to the next topic. I hope it works out. I don't know. Leave a heart if you think this marriage is going to last. Leave a heart if you think this marriage is going to last. Let's see. Let's go to the next topic. Okay, hold on.
R&B singer Nivea is battling leukemia, and she says the diagnosis has changed how she looks at life, even as her treatment continues to go great. Nivea opened up about her cancer battle during a recent sit-down on the musical interview series Cadillac Chronicles, saying she learned she had leukemia earlier this year and is grateful to God for her progress so far. Nivea says the experience has put plenty into perspective, reminding her how suddenly life can change and pushing her to seize every opportunity that comes her way. She says she's now doing the things she has always wanted to do, diving back into music and going to school for audio engineering with hopes of learning how to mix her own records. Nivea says she's living in gratitude religiously and loving on her children. R&B singer Nivea is battling leukemia and
That was crazy to hear. Who doesn't remember Nivea? I'm headed to the laundry man. What's that song? Don't mess with my man. I'm gonna be the one to give it to you. Oh my girl, son, my man. Find your own. Don't mess with my man. Here's a little advice for you. Find your own man. Okay, I can't sing it like her. But Nivea was really, I mean, she wasn't huge, but she was well known in R&B during the 2000s. And she had a baby with Lil Wayne. So now she's saying she has leukemia. And it's true when she said that, things could just change. People get diagnosis all the time that you don't expect and everything. So I hope that Nivea will be around. She's talented, and I hope everything is okay. I hope she's okay. Okay. Let's go to the next topic. Jewel Santana, Dipset. Jewel Santana. Okay. He's facing backlash because of how his 14-year-old daughter was dressing like a grown woman. I don't know where his daughter was going, but people, the public, was not feeling it at all. But there were some women who said it's perfectly fine what she was wearing. I was looking through the comment section, and there's always those women with no class who grew up with dressing scandalous. Okay? So this is how, look, she's 14 years old. Do you leave a heart if you think this is inappropriate for a 14-year-old to wear? Look at that cleavage. Look at that cleavage. Boobs all pushed up. The dress is way above her. Look how short it is. Now the front has a little bit of something there, but that's a short dress. Would you let your 14-year-old go out the house like this at an event? A 14-year-old who was just 13 last year. Got a heart, one heart so far. Sonia says this is too much for a 14-year-old. Okay, let's see what it says. Jules Santana's birthday tribute to his daughter Bella quickly turned into an online debate. He celebrated her birthday on Instagram and shared photos of the teen alongside with a sweet message. Happy birthday to my baby girl. Daddy loves you more than you will ever know. You got everything you need to be great. Never follow, always lead. While many fans wished her happy birthday, others criticized the outfit she wore in the photos, calling it way too mature for her age. Yeah, I'm not letting my little teenage daughter wear something like that. You ain't having your boobs up like that, like you a grown woman. This is something that a grown woman would wear, and she is not grown. She's only 14 years old. So you can be beautiful and cute, but you're not wearing nothing where your butt cheeks is almost out and your tits is all out like that. Okay? So, absolutely not. No. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Next topic. Next topic I want to talk about. I haven't been live in a minute. Sorry if I seem a little nervous or something on here. Okay, it's just been a minute since I've been live, especially during this time. Okay, so this is Tyla. We all know who Tyla is. I never had anything against Tyla. She makes really good music. She's beautiful, and it's a breath of fresh air. We've never had anyone from South Africa make it to this level that we've seen. But there was a lot of backlash towards her because she referred to herself as colored, and she would not identify as being black during that time. And here's the thing, the country that she's from. Look, we were called colored in the 1950s. I don't consider it a slur, it's just a classification. We were called Afro American, Negro, all this other stuff. Then it turned to African American. Then it turned to black. Black is a color. Being called colored just meant you were not white. That meant that everybody, black, monoracial, biracial, MGM, triracial, everybody was thrown together as just colored. There wasn't no confusion and arguing about what. Everybody was colored despite heritage. Everybody was colored. Then now everybody argues about black. What's blackness now? So with Tyla, she's from South Africa. The colored community is not classified as black. They descend from a group of they're some of the most genetically mixed people on earth. Um, they come from they're like basically like I would say like Creoles of South Africa. And I don't think that the black people there are mixed with anything at large. The pure blacks there. I mean, some of them do look Blasian, but that's because of the Koshan, which she's also mixed with, I think. The Koshans look Asian, or the Asians look Koshan. You know what I'm saying? And there is diversity with amongst them as South Africans. I'm not sure of all the history, but colored people have their own distinct history in South Africa, and they were not labeled. They claim their mixed heritage, basically, something that they have their own category. So when she got into the industry and they tried to market her here in America, people got upset because she didn't say she was black because they don't do the one drop rule over in South Africa, where all of the rest of you is dismissed. Even though in America she would be seen as black because there are plenty of us who can pass for colored in South Africa, but it's two different histories and everything like that. They're not calling themselves black. That's not her category where she's from. Um, and even if she said, "Well, I'm mixed," black people are always making people who even say they're mixed, making them say they're just black. So that bothered some people. So let's see what Tyler had to say recently about this.
What did you learn of just about kind of the racial dynamics of the world after that blowback?
I mean, initially, it was very difficult because prior to the Breakfast Club, I did answer that question.
Yeah.
And already I started getting backlash and I was like, whoa, I don't know what else to say about it, because I never had to explain myself.
Yeah.
I was just always myself and living, 20, at the time, 22 years of my life, all I knew was that I'm colored. And that's what I was told. It's what, like, I had to tick on boxes back home. And when I was able to travel the world and learn more about the world, I then learned just how big the world is, and how different each country is, how different context is. So when I learned about what it means here, I was like, whoa, like this is going to be a difficult conversation to have.
Yeah, right.
Because in South Africa, we also have a derogatory term. So I feel like if someone were to come to our country and say they were that, I get why it would,
Be triggering.
very triggering. So yeah, I feel like just having a lot of conversations and learning more about it, I know that being colored is like my culture, it exists in my context, but I'm also black, like being colored is something that happened through a lot of pain. Our South African history is very painful. We were separated from each other and given these names, and colored became our culture. So it's still something that we're very prideful about. But yeah, I think it was a very important thing for me to go through and learn, and for the conversations to just open up, and I just hope whoever sees this can make their videos on TikTok and like maybe we can come to some sort of understanding. It's just such a huge conversation to have.
Okay, so I noticed that some women were triggered by Tyla because of her confidence. Some were triggered that how dare she not just say she's just black. My thing is why, as a black American, there are black Americans who want to just give away black American identity with the quickness. I've been saying it before this FBA shit became popular. I used to always say it's differences. You can't just come up over here and claim to be black American. You from a whole nother country, a whole different history, in some cases a different genetic makeup. No, you just I can't I like I always said, look, I can't go to Somalia and claim to be Somalian. They gonna let me know you ain't Somalian. I can't go to Nigeria claiming to be Nigerian. I can't go to the Congo. I can't go nowhere on earth at large and do that to people. But yet somehow everybody think they can just be black in America. And that's because black people were always saying everybody is just black, black, just everybody black. Oh no. And now it's different. My thing is though, is that there were some black people really upset that she wouldn't just say she's black. Why are you trying to let she's not a black American? We think black people think that our racial categories speak for everybody around the world. In most countries, they call them half caste biracial people. In England, they don't do the one drop rule in majority of the entire planet. A lot of them don't. Some of them do. For instance, right here in America, because I had a thing on TikTok, you do have cultures that do it. Native Americans, you have a lot of people who are half white and half Native American who are playing Native Americans in films and they have a white father. That happens. Or you have in the Sudanese, no, the Aboriginals in Australia. Half of them, majority of them are mixed now because they took them out the house and forced them out the house and stuff, and a lot of them got mixed up. A lot of them, you can still see their Aboriginal features, but they don't look like the original Aboriginals, but they still get called Aboriginal, even though they mix now, a number of them. So it does happen in some places, but there are a lot of countries who call them um, oh, thank you, Jake. They'll call them a half caste. I don't even know how that sounds, but that's what they do in a lot of countries when they're biracial and stuff. But even though she's not biracial, she would be considered MGM here in America, even though nobody uses that word. In America, we don't do all that. I'm not saying I agree fully, but they just leave it at black. At one point, it was colored. Everybody was just colored, no matter what you was mixed with. Now it's just, oh, everybody get called black, but you know, she's from South Africa, a whole different place. You can't make somebody identify as just being black. Black is a racial classification of America. America ain't the world. Even though she would be classified as black here in America racially, her ethnicity would be South African, Zulu, Koshan, whatever type of white, Indian, all of that. Her nationality would be American. You know, people don't always understand those differences. Your nationality is the nation you're from. You're American. Your race is either going to be black, white, or Asian, Hispanic. But now they let you pick multiple to represent who you are, and your ethnicity is kind of similar to that. What's your ethnic background and everything. So, okay. All right. So she cleared it up. She says that she knows basically I'm also black. But that's the key thing. Also means she's not just black. Black people in America gonna have to stop getting triggered by people claiming their mixed ancestry. You can't even do that as a black American. Every time you mention some white blood, they think you talking about slavery. This it ain't all from no slavery. It's like your mind is just stuck in the slave era, as if people didn't mix after that freely. So I don't know what's gonna happen. It's not like Tyla said something insulting. She never insulted anybody, and the vitriol towards her is extreme and it's disgusting. And then it started a war against the South Africans all over TikTok. So it's just all types of stuff. Let's go to the next topic. Some people are very happy about this. The Tuskegee University, HBCU, has introduced a new dress code. You can no longer wear bonnets, do rags, or pajamas or slippers to class. They're like, no, you need to, they said students need to dress professionally, says the university president. Some black people were very pissed off. Y'all have to understand something. People can get mad if they want to, but some of you are too comfortable. You too comfortable. Some of you might think, well, I'm just at college. Yeah, and you would show up to a job like that because y'all should be showing up to job interviews looking like God knows what. You need to understand decorum. You need to understand etiquette. You need to have some sort of structure out there. That's the problem. You just think you can just go everywhere looking a hot ass mess. Okay? Now, some black people don't like it, but you need to understand you cannot show up everywhere with a bonnet and a do rag. Have some pride in how you look. Y'all saw them old school pictures of black people at the universities back in the day. They look good. They were clean cut. They took pride. You are supposed to be the future educators of the future. And people might say, well, it's just college, and it's their mentality. They go to supermarkets and go to other places like this. They're trying to prepare them to be better. And somebody said, oh, that's whiteness. So fucking what if it is? Do you know where you live? You live in America. Get a fucking clue? Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Excuse my language. Tuskegee University has introduced stricter campus rules prohibiting students from wearing bonnets, do-rags, bedroom shoes, and revealing clothing, good lord, in classroom, dining facilities, and official university settings. The Tuskegee president, Dr. Mark A. Brown, outlined the expectations in a message to parents of incoming students. Students are also expected to bring business attire and appropriate shoes for professional meetings. Thank you, Lord. And other formal occasions. Yes. Faculty members will be authorized to address students who do not follow the guidelines. You're damn right. Why would you show up to a professional meeting in a formal setting with a bonnet and a do-rag on? You're damn right they enforce the law. You're gonna learn. We're gonna learn. We're gonna teach you to do better. You need to know about how to have etiquette. Y'all just regressing it. We getting it together with y'all. Okay. Brown said the policy is to prepare students for the workforce rather than prevent them from enjoying college life. Yeah, the university is also tightening rules involving classroom attendance and cell phone use, with phones generally required to remain off unless permitted by an instructor. The changes have sparked debate among students and alumni. Supporters say the standards promote discipline and being professional, while critics argue that banning culturally associated items like bonnets and do rags reflects respectability politics and limits personal experience. First of all, wearing a bonnet, I'm a millennial. It wasn't in the culture to wear bonnets outside everywhere. I damn sure didn't see it at supermarkets when I was younger. I didn't see black women always in bonnets everywhere they go when I was younger. I didn't see it. Not like what I see today. Okay? Get your ass up, wash your ass, and put on some clothes. Tuskegee is a private HBCU in Alabama, allowing the university broad authority to establish its own student conduct standards. Okay. You know what? I'm trying not. I feel it in my spirit. Y'all know when I get hyped up, I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down, y'all. Y'all need this. Y'all need this bad today because a lot of you just have no etiquette. A number of you out here. You don't have any pride in how you look. You're wearing pajamas to professional settings to pick up your children. You're twerking in restaurants. You're wearing do rags everywhere. Stop looking like you don't give a damn about yourself. Look like you care about something. Look like you took effort and you actually got dressed. If you don't even know not to show up at certain, you need to know how to dress. You need to know how to dress. So they're getting some standards now. Oh my goodness. Superstar Star Bella says college is like finishing school. They are supposed to teach you how to show up in the world. Yep. I mean, they're trying not to fail them. How y'all want to compete with other races if you don't even have a clue about how to dress correctly? You can't compete with others. You can't. You can't compete. Look me in the face. You can't compete. A number of you. Call it white all you want to. You live in America. You want to be able to compete? And I'm tired of some of you making everything that's classy, that's white. You want to be ghetto? You want that to be blackness? Being ghetto, showing up late, people of color time, wearing slippers every damn where. Get out my damn face. So yeah, the elders are coming through and they said, now we're gonna teach y'all ass because this is getting out of hand with y'all. Your mama or daddy maybe not teaching you, but you in college now, and we have a standard, and we are trying to prepare you to be professional, to know what's professional and what's not. Because I guarantee you, some of them wouldn't mind parents showing up looking like that. You need to understand. Get mad if you want to. Shit, that's the problem. Y'all ass been falling away. It's time to get y'all ass together. Okay, let's go to the next topic.
Just want to let y'all know, if the data centers go up in your city or any city, it's over. That's the end of the world as we know it. If a data center go up in that city, that's the end of the world as we know it for that city. And as it spreads across the world, that's the end of the world as we know it. These data centers are here to take over people's lives, bro. Yeah, it offers 100% security, but it also means 100% surveillance on you. That means no more privacy. And that's not even the half, man. So people think that the end of the world can happen, years later. You probably see a whole bunch of devastation and stuff. No, that's it right there. The data center. That's what the end of the world as we know it looks like. So right now, this is your last chance to live on planet Earth in a normal way, or it's time to get gone.
You know what? I understand what he's saying. You know, when I think about the data center, I think of that movie Minority Report, The Terminator, and a few more films where truly they will. The Net with Sandra Bullock. Remember in that film, basically, let's just leave it at this. Once the data centers start to collect data on all of you, they will know what you eat when you go shopping. They will know what kind of music you listen to. They will know what your personality is like if you have social media or they think they do. In that film, The Net, they were able to manipulate healthcare information. They made a man think he was sick with something and he wasn't, and he took his life. They will be able to manipulate things. You will not have privacy, like he said. Not only that, but I've seen the videos where these data centers are being built, the water is turning brown like dirt because they take a lot of water for the data center, and people have been saying and showing that their water in their sinks is brown now, and that somebody said their animal passed out or wasn't, something was wrong. Okay? Think about how much energy these data centers are going to be using, how that's going to affect the planet where you live, and gathering up all this information. Why do they need data centers? Why? Why do they need all of this? They're preparing for something. They're preparing, just like in the films we've seen. I don't know all of what it is. I just know it ain't good. It's not good. What they come in for people, and the truth is more sinister than what we can imagine. These data centers. So, okay, let's see the next video. What's going on?
The FDA announced today that there is a second cyclospora outbreak that is separate from the one that has sickened thousands of Americans across the United States with explosive diarrhea. What does this actually mean? My name is Dr. Rubin. This is the evening of July 22nd, 2026, and the FDA posted on their website that there are at least 72 cases of cyclosporiasis that is coming from a different source outside of Taylor Farms, most likely, and they are doing an active traceback investigation to try to figure out what is going on in terms of this new outbreak. While this may sound alarming, it's actually not that unusual to have multiple outbreaks of cyclosporiasis at the same time because this parasite thrives in the summer when there are elevated temperatures. And this is a good example of why I recently wrote the book Think Like a Doctor, which is available for pre-order. It'll help you read past the health headlines, weigh the evidence, recognize uncertainty, and help you not jump to conclusions before we know all of the information. I will continue to provide you updates on my social media platforms.
So, they said that it came from Taco Bell and Taylor Farms. Then they said it didn't come from Taylor Farms. Nobody knows where this damn parasite came from. Again, they said don't eat cilantro, lettuce, strawberries, blueberries, just to name a few. So I don't know if they're going to get it under control, but something is going on with the food. There's continuous recalls of food as well.
Egg recall. Now we can't eat any damn eggs. Here we go. We have Midwest Poultry Services is recalling, and you heard this right, 1.6 million dozens, not 1.6 million eggs, dozens of shelled white eggs and cage-free brown eggs from its Texas distribution center due to salmonella. They are being sold under Kroger, Simple Truth, Brookshire, Country Morning, and Sunups. The recall covers products distributed to Kroger and Brookshire, okay? So the Kroger stores are Texas and Louisiana. And then since I wrote this out, they've already added a state to the other one, so keep an eye out all day. Brookshire grocery stores in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, and they've added New Mexico this morning. The recall dates on the cartons are July 20th through August 17th. Symptoms are diarrhea, fever, abdominal cramping, headache, nausea, vomiting. Symptoms do develop between 12 and 72 hours after consumption, so you don't have to wait so long on that one to know if you're sick. Cook your eggs over hard, scrambled well, or hard boiled, and it should kill it.
You know what? This is the 10th recall I've seen this week. What the hell is going on? You know, there was someone who made a video who said that we don't have any food and that that's being kept from us. I was looking through the comments section and they said that farmers had said that they didn't have enough fertilizer months ago. You know, Donald Trump just ordered fertilizer from Morocco, that there's a shortage. Just again, remember that film Soylent Green. I actually saw that when I was a teenager. My mom said, you have to see this film. And I said, I don't know, it's an old film. But when I watched it, like The Godfather, I said, oh my God, this is so good. And something's going on. Something's going on with the food. The food ain't shit. The food. That's why when all those Europeans came up over here for the World Cup talking about how good our food was, I was scratching my head like, our y'all food must be fucking terrible then. Worse than here because the food up over here don't have no taste. The textures are off. The chicken look like some sort of fake meat and all this other stuff. And there's a recall every damn week now because something's going on at these plants where they keep fucking with the food or fucking up the food. So I don't know. I don't know. But I would love, Sonia says, this is why black women need to buy land and have gardens and chickens. I would love to have a garden. Ooh, I would love it. I would love it. Fresh vegetables and fruit. Um, I looked into buying meat from a farmer. It was a little bit more expensive. I was hoping to see some chicken, but I didn't see any chicken. But I did see the beef. I think for half a cow, it's for at a lot of farmers, it's about 1400 $1,400, 14 or $1,500 for half a cow, and it'll last you almost a whole year, they say. In some cases, it could be a little bit more expensive than that. So, yeah, y'all just be careful because all these parasites is happening. So let me just show you one last story that I find to be very, very interesting.
Yo, wait a minute. So I'm back down the rabbit hole, okay? So I'm talking about the eels. Scientists do not know where eels come from. They've been trying their hardest to find out where eels come from. They can't even find out. They don't even have a reproductive system. Eels. So they don't even know how they mate. They don't know any of this. They've been trying to study them, but they can't. Then around a certain time of the year, guess where the eels go? To the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle. So let me tell y'all this. Then the time that they all meet up to go to the Bermuda Triangle, and the crazy part about it, it don't matter if they're in fresh water, salt water, wherever the eels, wherever they located, they all meet up at the Bermuda Triangle at a certain time of the year during hurricane season. So if the scientists are trying to get to the Bermuda Triangle to try to study the eels, they can never study them because it's during hurricane season. When the waters are high, stormy, big waves, you can't even get through them. Mother Nature is something, y'all. I'm still down the rabbit hole, y'all. I am still down the rabbit hole. Eels don't have a reproductive system. They've been trying to study the eels for decades. They even tried putting them inside of a glass. The only thing they did was eat each other. They didn't mate anything. They try to dissect one of the females, but they don't even have reproductive organs. They electric. Yo, I'm coming back with part 2. Because what do you mean? Y'all don't know where they come from. That's why I said Mother Nature is a mother. I'ma call y'all back. Yo, wait a minute. So I'm back down the rabbit hole, okay? So I'm talking about the eels.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. That is very interesting. They don't have a reproductive system. How are they being made? How are they being born? And why do they go to the Bermuda Triangle? What is in there? What's in the Bermuda Triangle that they have to go? My thing is they're saying they can't find out because of the water, the high waves and everything, hurricane season. Why don't I'm think maybe I'm crazy. I'm thinking why can't the government just send a submarine with cameras underwater to see, or make some sort of drone with a good camera, very strong that would withstand the waves, put it under the water and just follow the eels. Is that crazy? I just think maybe they can do that. Um, that wouldn't go in the ocean. They got to come up with something. It has to be a way. It has to be a way. What on earth? That is scary. Why do they all go to now? Anybody who's watching this, the Bermuda Triangle is where ships and planes disappear without a trace in a certain spot in the ocean. There was one boat that was found over 300, I think it was 300 people. Maybe it wasn't 300, but the people were off the boat. The only thing left was a dog. All the people were gone, but the dog was left. They never found the people. The planes that have gone missing. Some people think that the Bermuda Triangle, they said that their compass starts to act up, that there's some sort of magnetic field. People claim that Atlantis is in the Bermuda Triangle, and that they had energy from stones, and that when it sank, it's pulling things down from the energy. I don't know if that's true or not, but it could be a portal. People think that the Bermuda Triangle is some sort of portal, time travel, that the magnetic field changes and you go into a different time. It's very possible. Other people think UFOs is down there in the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is not too far away from Florida or Puerto Rico. It's around there, I think. Let me look at my phone real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Where is the Bermuda Triangle located? And it says this. Why is it moving slow? Okay. Yeah. It's by Miami, Florida, the island of Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. I was right. Okay. So that's where it is. I remember when I was on a cruise ship, I was very scared. I was thinking, please God, don't go near the Bermuda Triangle because we left off of the coast of Florida. Um, I think that the captains and pilots and everything they avoid that area because people always go on the boats and the ships and the airplanes go missing. So I think it is some sort of magnetic field portal. I believe in time travel. I've said it before, and I do. I do believe in time travel. I believe in time travel. So, and that's probably what it is. If it's not that, it could be aliens down there. I believe in aliens. I believe in other life, and I believe in magnetic field slash time travel portals. I do. I don't believe Atlantis even existed, really, to be honest with you. Maybe it did, but I don't think so. So no, I don't believe Atlantis is down there with these huge stones that messing up the magnetic field. Now that we know the eels are all going there during a certain time, we don't even know why. Why are they going there? I really want to know. Like, what's going on? What is going on? Okay. No Handle says, so if it's near Florida, and I wonder, is there one in Antarctica? There's a hole there that's guarded heavily by all the world's countries. Yeah, the hollow earth thing with Agartha and Shangri-La, the ice wall. I don't know. Something is up because they have a treaty that all the countries protect Antarctica. They claim they're trying to protect it because, no one lives there. It's something there. It's something there. What's in Antarctica? Maybe a big old alien ship that they don't want nobody to see, or maybe more life that they don't want nobody to find out. Maybe a secret community. I don't know, but it's a cover up. It's definitely a cover up when it comes to Antarctica. Okay, so that is it, everybody. That is it for today's video. Oops, hold on. Okay. I hope y'all had fun talking about these topics. If you are new in here, just hit the replay or just rewind it and you can see everything from the beginning. Okay, please get those likes up. And that is it. I'll be back with another live. A lot of lives. Sometimes I'm live at 5, 7. Sometimes I'm live at 12, 2, 4. Different times. I'm talking about in the morning type of thing. Like, you never know when you can catch my live. But I haven't had a live at this time in a minute. So this was really, really fun. And I will be back with more videos, everybody. So if you see anything interesting, my email is in the description box for in a couple of these videos. If it's not there, I'll have to add it there. So that is it, everybody. Okay. So thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell and click all notifications, baby. And I had a lot of fun talking to you all. You all take care. This is Cerebral Talks TV. Bye, everybody.